welcome back to my channel. My name is Voke Tefe. Happy New Year. I know it's been one crazy year and I'm glad that we made it to 2021. Although we are still trying to keep our head above water in the year 2021, we can only hope for the best, right? However, I read good books and that's why I'm here actually to tell you that I read good books in 2020 and I want you to read it too. So I'm here to tell you 10 books that I read in 2020 that really stood out for me, and you shouldn't sleep on these books. Number one is Freshwater. Freshwater is written by Akweke Emezi, and if you're looking for something that is dark, twisted, and something that's different from what you normally read, because this book is mostly it's not really different from what you normally read. Yes, different from what you normally read. Yes, I did different because it was quite different for me. So the story follows the story of Ada. She is hosting a lot of spirits, I don't know, in her body, spirits in her body. And unlike other Ogbanje children who would normally just get come into the life, then die, then come back again just to torture the parents, this one staying, she even grew to adulthood. And the only way she can let go of this spirit is if she dies. Yeah. And it's a long journey that involves a lot of torture for Ada. And the book is written using a first person narrative technique. But this first person narrative technique is actually overtaken by the spirits most times. The only part where Ada is Ada is briefly becomes the main person in this book, like just for some moments. Then at the end of the book, which is the second part of the book, she actually take over the narrative. So if you're looking for something really something that will make you sit at the edge of your seat and question a lot of things, raise your eyebrow. Fresh water is there for you to read. You should read it. It's really nice. Personally, I slept on this book for a long time. I have forgotten the year it was published, but I slept on the book for a long time. I saw the cover and I'm like, this book is a bit scary. I don't want this book because I get scared easily. So I just decided to say, okay, what the hell? Then I just decided, okay, I'll read this book now, and I did not regret it at all. The second book on my list is Sensuous Knowledge, a Black Feminist Approach for Everyone by Mina Salami. This was one of the most anticipated book of 2020. It's an essay actually where Mina brought a lot of Afrocentric views about feminism. This book was so enlightening. I learned a lot reading this book. A lot, a lot. So if you want something, if you need a teaching moment, this book is for you. Read it and be blessed. You should also read Changes by Ama Ata Aido. This is the last book I read in 2020. And I didn't read any other book because I felt like nothing can top this book I had just read. It was mind blowing. When I picked up this book for the first time, because I've read Ama's book before, but I didn't remember the story at all. I was still very little when I read her book for the first time. And I don't remember the story. So I said, okay, let me read this book. And what I was expecting was that African, just kind of over, you know how people talk about African writers that are over descriptive and but no, it was so beautifully written and I was put to shame. Changes, it's a love story. It's not a conventional love story. Those it's so nice. It's mind blowing. I especially loved how women were portrayed in this book. Mm. You should read Changes. You should read it. It's so beautiful. I love the book so much. It follows the life of an ambitious woman who leaves her husband, who divorces her husband, and goes into a polygamous marriage. It's nice. It's a nice book. You should read it. Then, if you're looking for a book that will give you chills and will leave you screaming, no, and just wishing for something, like you just wish that you were in this book to change everything, then The Fisherman by Chigozie Obioma is for you. I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. This book is set in Nigeria and it was the life of four brothers that set out on these childish adventures. We're once children and we have these foolish adventures we seek that will keep our little minds running and all that. So these four brothers set out on this adventure and they started fishing in this forbidden Omiala River. Their encounter with a madman set the ball rolling for a lot of unfortunate events. This book is really sad. I warn you. Because nobody warned me when I read this book. So I'm going to warn you because I'm really nice. I'm nice like that. So it's a sad book. Yeah, really sad. An Orchestra of Minorities by the same Chikazi Obioma. Yes, I love Chikazi Obioma so much. I love him so much that I even had to make a video talking about his works, his books, both books, The Fisherman and um, An Orchestra of Minorities. Yeah, that's how much I really admire his works. So for An Orchestra of Minorities, I would say it's an unfortunate love story. This book pissed me off. So I wanted to read it and see how annoying this book is. However, brace yourself for a lot of Igbo cosmology and a lot of Igbo traditions in this book. Buried Beneath the Baobab Tree by Adaobi Tricha Owalbani. This book is based on the interviews with abducted schoolgirls in Nigeria by Boko Haram. So, and the case of insurgency and terrorism actually in Nigeria is one that you actually us were experiencing relative peace here in this southern region. You see these things in the news and you say to yourself, oh, it's in the far north. This book successfully opened my eyes to the fact that it's not in the far north. It can happen to any of us, anybody. When reading this book, just prepare your tissue, prepare your handkerchief, because I cried so hard. I wept like a baby reading this book. It's so touching. And I recommend it for anyone, especially Nigerians, to know that how bad terrorism is and how bad religious extremism can hurt people. So I really love this book. It has a very special place in my heart. Very special place in my heart. Very special place in my heart. One of the best books I read in 2020. Well written, detailed, straight to the point, simple English, short chapters. This book is nice, I swear. Becoming Nigerian, a guide by Nathan John. I'm really laughing because that's what the book does to you. You'd laugh and laugh and laugh so hard while you are being slapped with the truth. The book is written by this Nigerian satirist, Nathan, and he talks about all the wonderful things that happen in Nigerian society. A typical Nigerian understand every single bit of his book. Like you will find yourself guilty of a lot of things he talked about in the book. Yeah, so if you are in for a good laugh, you should read Becoming Nigerian, whether you're Nigerian or not. So Secret Life of Baba Segi's wife makes it to the top 10 books I read in 2020 because of Baba Segi. I really love that character. He's so funny, and Baba Segi is someone that people usually refer to as a bushman, but in a way, I like him. He's my favorite character in this book. Baba Segi is a polygamist, and his four wives have a secret they're not telling. It was until, or I would say his three wives have a secret they were not telling. Or four wives, yeah, four. Abolani had her own secret to her own demons too that she was fighting. So it was until he brought home Bolanli that this secret revealed came to light. This book, if you're out, if you want to see a good dose of Nigerian drama, and a drama that comes with some polygamous homes, you should read this book. I have a full review on my channel as well, so you can check that out too. But I recommend that you should read this book. You will not regret it. Prepare for a good laugh too, and some moments. Then talk about Paulo Coelho. I've not read all Paulo Coelho's books, but I read some, especially during the lockdown, because I needed much needed peace and some kind of, his books come with that kind of serenity. I think I read about four, but The Alchemist is actually the highlight of the books I read, and there are really a lot of beautiful lines from the books I read beautiful lines, and I recommend that you should read Paulo Coelho's books. His books are like therapy for me. Yeah, I don't know about others, but the way I love the way he uses storytelling. He makes very good use of storytelling so that you can just acquire some kind of peace and normalcy from reading his books. Then I also read Chimamanda's Americana again for the second time. Yeah, because Chimamanda is my favorite author, and her works are amazing. So she's on this list, not as an author. Yeah, you should read all Chimamanda Adichie's works, from Purple Hibiscus, Americana, Half of a Yellow Sun, The Thing Around Your Neck. People always disrespect The Thing Around Your Neck, and I find it very annoying that anyone would even think to say that, oh, The Thing Around Your Neck is not really nice. It's very nice. And also her essays. Read her works, watch her TED talk, read Dear E.J. Awele, or a feminist manifesto in 15 suggestions. Read that too. Just read what Chimamanda's works. Americana is a nice book. It's a contemporary romance book, and it's also it follows the life of a Nigerian or an immigrant in America, and and it has also have a love story, but it's not just about a love story. It's about a lot of things. Americana is just broad in that way. It's a really beautiful book, so I think you should read it. Yeah, and with that, I say goodbye to you and take good care of yourself. Until next time, bye.